I hope you are well. Today I'm just gonna have a play in my journal. The consensus mainly when I asked for not journal ideas, video ideas, was you just like process videos and art and stuff like that. So today, because I have a few things that I need to do, I'm also waiting for a delivery of a funeral wreath. My cousin's funeral is tomorrow and hubby and I bought a beautiful big native Australian flower wreath. So I'm hoping it's getting delivered soon for us to pack up and put on the stand for tomorrow. So I'm waiting anxiously for that to arrive. And I'm a little bit tired. Hubby had a huge audit today. He stayed up until 1 a.m. and then got up at 5 a.m. to keep working on stuff. So I feel like a dish rag because I was the supportive wife and stayed up with him. I was meant to art last night, but I ended up tidying up instead because I feel like there's not enough hours in the day for me to work, make collage sheets, be a mum, be a wife, cook, and then clean my house at the same time. So I was cleaning at like midnight, which is just a sad, sad, sad envisionment to me. I hate cleaning so much. Excuse me. So I am going to work in my journal. I was going to finish off my choose your own adventure spread, but I'm still a bit stuck as to where I want to go. I do want to make a, you can see the clear, oh yeah, there we go. I want to make one of my borders, so I may work on that today, but I may not. We'll see, because I want to make an all pink one to offset all the yellow and the blue. And I've got like a whole heap of odds and ends here that I want to play with, and then I've got lots of photos that I have not gotten into my journal. And in the coming weeks, there was an idea put forth about what to do with photographs that you have lying around that didn't print out well, or just photos that you haven't used. And in that video, I'm going to show you one of my collage sheet drawers, or my collage drawers, you know, the drawers that I bought for my... Can you hear that? There's like a bird party and the trees over near my house, and I need to just be quiet. So I have a drawer in my studio filled with old photos that either haven't made it into my journal, or I printed, had intentions of using them, never did. So we're going to go through that drawer and pick out some things, and I'll find a way to work them into my journal to cover that topic, because I thought it was super, super interesting. And sort of this is the pile of photos I've got currently in my pouch. I'm pretty sure I picked up a couple of spares that I obviously forgot to put into my pouch. Oh, here they are. There's one, and there's one. I've got bits of crud that I had lying on my desk. I thought I'd bring down and see if I can work them into my journal. I'm also going to be talking about what I'm going to do for Japan in ways of journaling. That will be a separate video, and I'll probably prep some pages before I leave for Japan, because that's in just under 4 weeks before we leave. We'll drive to Inverell on the 13th of April to drop off my teacup humans to my mum and dad's house, and then we drive another 7 hours to the Gold Coast, stay there the night, and then get on a plane the next day. So yeah, that will be a video as well. I'm going to start filming a creative week video as well, and that's where I can show you me getting ready for collage sheets, which will be entailing drawing and coloring and things like that. I will cover some Copic marker coloring. Even though I'm not an expert, I will show you how I use my Copic markers and how I use them without having all the shading colors. That was something that someone wanted to know about. Yeah. So there'll be lots of more art and process coming, because I find that you guys enjoy that the most. They're the funnest for me to film, because it means that I can just sit and play in my journal, and it gets my journaling done, and then it gives me ideas to show you. And I will be creating another line work video in the next couple of weeks. I just need to draw out my samples and get my samples set, and then I can teach you how to draw them. So there'll be a little bit of pattern work, a little bit of floral, and a little bit of kooky creatures in there. And thank you for being understanding that line work took a break while my muscle spasms were going on. I haven't had any for about 2 weeks now, so I'm hoping that my body's just gone, yeah, that's enough torture for her. We'll give her a break, so we'll see. But I will be filming the line work video in bursts, because if I was to sit there and do the line work video for the many hours that it takes to do them, then I will be in a lot of pain. So I'm going to stop babbling go make myself a cup of tea. And I've just, oh no, there's my watercolors. My pencil case is around over there. I think I may draw one of my plants on one of these pages because I haven't drawn any of my plants for a while. And obviously I've got this spread here now that I need to cover up because I knew the ink would bleed through. So I need to work on getting these pages covered. Got pattern pages in here that I've printed that you guys got last month that I just love the look of, and I've got to find a way to work with them. I also want to create a border of creatures like these ones. I love these guys so much that I want to do some watercolor ones. So I just want to have a play. I really do. I really wanted to sit and play, put on some music and just enjoy creating in my journal, getting some pages worked on. There's this one is annoying me that it's not anything. So I need to sort of work on that, maybe do some line work borders, you know, just a little bit of fun play. I've realized that I feel really short sitting at this table, so I may have to go get my taller chair because I know I'll have to stretch heaps to sit up a bit to see what I'm doing. But I do feel a bit shrunk today. So I'm gonna pull over my big collage paper. Grab it. I'm going to actually go take this to the studio and I'm going to mix up what's in here because I've been looking at these papers for quite a while and I think I want a change. Although I may put the original house as a tip-in there, I think. May even make another collage tip-in, turn it into another postcard. Don't worry, I am very aware that I didn't get my 28 NaNoWriMo things done, but that's okay because I'm still chugging away at my postcards. So I've still got a pile of them to send off before I leave. I'm also going to send some from Tokyo, Japan, and especially Tokyo Disney and stuff. So I'm going to pull a whole heap of addresses down from the group and paste them into my phone so that I have them with me. I also got a request for some teacup collage sheet elements. So I probably will do a whole video on creating for collage sheets so you can see me create them and draw them and paint them. I think that would be a cool idea. That way you can see a lot of how collage sheets come to be. I do have your numbers already sorted out this month because I did 2 sets last month because I couldn't decide which ones I wanted to use. So numbers are done, but I do need to draw the jellyfish for April. Lots of things, but I need to stop babbling and actually start doing. So I will talk to you very soon in the voiceover. There is no magical recipe when it comes to working my journal. It is definitely a trial and error process, and I think I've told you guys this before. I literally cut things, move things, place things, try things, and then I just get a feeling. Ooh, it's all woo-woo, but I get a feeling and I go, yep, that piece needs to go there or that needs to go there. It's just a feeling, and I may sit there and fussy cut something. That's me watching Tokyo Disneyland vlogs because I've become obsessed of researching all the things I need to do to go to Tokyo Disneyland and get myself prepared. So that's what I have playing on in the background if you were interested. But I'm just sort of trying to build pages, add things to existing pages, trying to get them feeling like completed pages. And I know I have a lot of odds and ends, and I have all these photographs just lying around, all these bits of ephemera, and it's getting overwhelming. So I thought, okay, today's the day that I just start putting some of that ephemera into our journal. Our journal? Is it our journal? I could say it's our journal, but it's actually my journal. And this is me struggling to get those damn photos off. When you've got nails and when they're a bit longer than you're used to, I struggle getting those backs off for those HB Sprocket prints. But I love, love, love black and white photos when it is all in amongst all the bright colors. And like I think I say in the next talking bit where I come in and talk, that I like to try and match my colors in the spread. I like to bring certain colors to the forefront, and this is where I'm trying to pull some red in and trying to find a way to put some red in. Now, Project Life cards, those grid ones, I don't know why. I think it's because it's a neutral, it goes with everything. I don't mind having that grid peeking out if I haven't completely covered it. And this is me pulling that red in with my bear. I actually never use the bear in my journal, which is a bit strange because I do love him. But the red in that heart and the circle behind him really makes the red in my rainbow top pop. And so that's what I try and do when I'm mixing artwork and photographs. I try and put some similar colors in, and you'll see me work on a giant tag in all shades of blue, and that sort of represents the whole idea as well. And I'm just testing and playing, and that's one of the things that you need to start doing, is auditioning things. This was a title that Jane used in one of her classes, is literally auditioning them in pages, moving them around, flipping back and forward, and you may get a bit motion sickness from it when you see me doing it, but I'm literally just finding little puzzle pieces and trying to fit them in their right homes and just trying to make things work. And I love creating tip-ins with all my ephemera and all my photos, and that's basically what this video comes down to. I was going to do some faces, I wasn't feeling it. I was just having a generally crappy artistic day. Like my inspiration was really low, and I think because I was so tired, I was just making silly mistakes, and so these got put to the side, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm just making big fat blobby messes and not the nice kind. So I finally decided to actually just work on tip-ins and incorporating the collage elements and all the ephemera that is literally everywhere into my journal. If you haven't noticed, I am having trouble getting into the zone for journaling today. I am trying things, mixing things up, but I am just not feeling it. I hate those days when you really want to create and you just want to get your hands moving and everything, and you just have trouble trying to work out what's going to work, what's not going to work, and it's driving me a little bit crazy, guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. It's because I have my brain's sort of not in the zone, so it's just I want to be in the zone and I want to create, but I can't seem to focus on creating what I want. My hands are doing stupid things, like I'm telling it to do something and it's not doing its job. I don't know what's going on, but it's driving me nuts. So I need to maybe go and get my bigger paintbrush and sort of maybe clear some of my desk off, although I like having all my stuff really close by so I can just sort of grab and pick and choose. But I don't know. Creative slumping. I don't want to be in a creative slump. I've got things to do. I've got all these like tidbits that I want to find ways to use, but I can't work out how I want to use them yet. And I want to make little journal girls, weekday women for collage sheets again this month. So I need to get working on that. Oh, my brain's just like blah, 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 blah. Oh, look at these feet. I could do something with these feet. Maybe I should create a creature with all my bits and bobs. I've got sort of pottering around. Original photocopy. Let's see. Maybe I need to go and make some lunch and have some lunch and sort of just potter about a bit, because I don't want to make a big fat mess. And at the moment I'm just making a fat mess and not making anything relatively good or remotely good. Maybe we can have a dancing teacup. That'd be cool. That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to put the kettle on and see what I can. Oh, there's more photos in here. Bloody hell. Well, that was Babette's photo from her Instagram, and it was using, she had written my word for the year, even though she didn't realize it at the time. So maybe I should pop that somewhere. I just need to get some of this stuff into my journal. Like, it's just really not, it's not working for me, guys. I have a weird Snapchat filter photo. Yeah, I need to get some of this stuff into my journal because it's just, it's sort of, the suffocation of stuff is real at the moment. So maybe I will spend some time finding ways of getting things into my journal or making tip-ins with all my odds and ends. Like I've got like swatches and things and stuff like this and stuff like this. There's too many things. Right, I need a game plan. I need to make a cup of tea and I need to start building tip-ins with all my odds and ends. That's my favorite way to get it out and onto my page. It means that there's room on my pages for doing writing, but I love making tip-ins with all of my stuff. So I started by, you know, turning this into a tip-in, gluing the two photocopies together. Project Life cards are my be-all and end-all. They're my ride or die product. I love building on top of tip-ins, so I may actually start popping some of these bits and bobs onto some Project Life cards. I'm pretty sure I have a few. Blank one here. That one's an original. I want to build some patterned background cards and put some inspirational quotes on the back for collage sheets and things. All right, I need to stop babbling. I need to go make a tea. I need to sort of tidy up and sort of sort things into piles. And that's what happens when I get really overwhelmed with things, when there's lots of things around me and I don't know where to go. I start making piles. So I've got photographs in front of me and they're photographs that need to be put into my journal. Maybe I'll make a teacup girl. Oh yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. I'll make a teacup girl. So I can put her onto a tip-in straight away. Pretty sure she's too big for this tip-in. Or maybe I can get just her, most of her on. Most of her on. But she fits into the actual journal, so I don't mind if she's off the page. We'll see, we'll see. And I need to turn my air conditioner on because it suddenly got really, really hot. But so far this is a really nothing process video, but I like to give you it real. I don't like sort of sugarcoating it. Like, I'm full of inspiration and I'm a 24/7 making machine. No, I'm just like you guys. I get stuck, I get ruddy, I get sort of overwhelmed with things, especially when I've got a lot going on in my outside life. Oh, shivers, I almost just knocked over my whole pot of water. That would have been tragic. So when my outside life is super busy and I think I'm running on like hardly any sleep, so I'm getting old and I don't function very well without sleep. See, I have more little tip-ins here with Boo. Yeah, we need to start. I need to start getting all this stuff into my journal because these are the things, this is the reason why I considered making a life spilling journal, which I haven't actually talked about on video yet. Because I have so much excess ephemera, but I don't think I'll go into that yet. That's a whole nother concept. So I may talk about that in an upcoming video soon, because sometimes it doesn't all make it into our main journal, and that's when our life spills into something else. Hence the title, Life Spilling Journal. So yeah, let's get started before I go insane and get covered in ephemera.
Like an angel setting me free. Where are you now? Do you feel safe? I don't need an answer, just need some space. Don't let me
So I needed to cover up all that ink that had spilled through the page. I knew it was going to happen, and I knew I'd have to do some damage control. So what better way to do damage control than with some crazy plain papers, and then I just add some lines across there, and that will be a journaling section. It's a little higgledy-piggledy, and it may not be to everyone's taste, especially since some of the papers do create that little bump, but I don't mind, and I like the look of how they look all together, and it's just something different and a way to incorporate neutral papers and to create a journaling spot which wasn't there before. Please don't judge me. I know I'm like saying, oh, I'm drowning under piles of paper, and then I go to my studio and bring more out. I grabbed some tags. I grabbed some more Project Live cards for Tipin Mania, and then I grabbed stuff that is like in many stages, excuse me. These are the guys that you got your collar sheets. These are the ones that didn't make it, but oh my goodness, got hiccups. But I still think these are really cute, so I'm going to put them onto a card, old printouts of things, random odds and ends, tissue paper, scrapbook paper that I really like the look of, that would look nice against my stuff, bits of ephemera from like the ephemera video I did with you guys, the original tag that you guys have a copy of, I think. This girl as well, you guys have her in really early collage sheets, so I think I need to channel her today, because today I feel so uninspirational. I do have these printed on acetate, so I may tip them into my journal, as well as these ones. These make great borders. Some t-shirt stuff, photocopies. This little guy that was just floating around, so I'm going to give him a home. Just a whole heap of everything. And sometimes I think I have to just, you know, grab out a whole heap of stuff in order to make new stuff. And like this is just all odds, watercolor paper, odds and ends that I think will make cute tip-in ideas. So I probably will move my journal out of the way because I'm going to work on tip-ins, I think. But the thing with moving my journal out of the way, when I build tip-ins, I try and build them for my journals. So you can see there that I'm trying to tie in the red with my rainbow jumper with like pictures that have really bright pops of red in it, so it all goes together. And that's very much, color theory does really play a huge part in how I build my pages, and because I build them in stages, I'm always looking to match colors and sort of work colors in together so that it looks harmonious, even if it's just odds and ends from random places. I will always try and match some sort of color, like have an underlying color theme. Very much pink obviously is a major game player, but I like blues and things to go with the pink, that sort of stuff. So I do think about things. So when I say moving my journal off my table, then my head goes, well, how are you going to match, how are you going to create these tip-ins to go into your journal if you don't have your journal in front of you? So it's a catch-22 really. I am trying to work on this spread. Now I used a whole heap of random bits of blankish paper to cover up all that bleeding through ink. And so now I can try and work out a way, do I want to journal over this? Do I want to add photos over this? And because I may journal over it, it may work well. I might have to just glue some more things down. That sort of thing. And I've got these leftover tabs that you guys got ages ago in your collage sheets. These are on sticker paper, so I have the March and the April one, so I'm going to use those before I lose them. Then I've got November and December for when I've discovered them in a few more months' time. But I am trying to sort of revamp what is in front of me, and that helps with inspiration. If I bring out new colors, new pieces, I'm not staring at all the same things. Sometimes when I'm staring at something too long, I just want to just walk away from it. So what I do is I go into my studio, I go and change out what I've got in front of me. New prints, new colors, new objects to look at, new textures. So I brought out a whole heap of sticker paper. I also brought out some of the tissue paper that I printed on, because I really like working with tissue paper. So I have some of this writing paper from the stationery box that's very tissue paper-esque. I also have some of Jane's paper That's very tissue paper like, but a bit more structured. And then I think there's some actual tissue paper. Yeah, little bits of painted tissue paper, because these add a nice little soft layer without too much bulk. I don't want to get too crazy. I say that when I'm like building a billion tip-ins, but I like the texture and the overlay that tissue paper gives, if that makes sense. So I may pop this here, I think, even though it's not the right colors. I think it'll still look super cute, maybe on the end. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna have to have a little break because I ate something that is obviously not agreeing with me, and I'm starting to get a migraine, and I'm starting to sweat, which is a new thing. So I'm gonna go have some water. I'm gonna go lie down for a few minutes and see if I can get that sort of under control before I come back, because I'm trying to talk and at the same time I feel like I may throw up. So I will be right back. And we're back. That was a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm all fine after a 20-minute lie down. Back to, got my equilibrium all right, and we're back to making collage tip-ins with a whole bunch of ephemera. This is one of my favorite things to do. It is the basis of what the postcards were about, and because I was having such a hard time trying to get creative, I thought, why not lean on something I'm comfortable with and something that I really, really enjoy doing. Now, I'm not going to paint nook dwellers or anything on this, but I am going to incorporate all those photographs that I've got sort of floating around. And as you can see, that border page, I'm actually going to create a black and white set for this month's collage sheets, because I think they would be really, really cool, especially if you wanted to just have some nice monochromatic spreads. And I know black and white is really, really good for people, especially when printing. It's cheaper and you can color it. Not everyone loves pink. Not everyone loves pink, and I know that. So I think some black and white ones are in order with some graphic print. So I'm gonna, I was thinking that as I was playing with my tip-ins, but I definitely love creating really interesting ways to incorporate my photographs. I just think there are so many cool ways that you can incorporate your photographs without just slapping on the page, and creating little artistic tip-ins is definitely one of them, and then you can journal on the back of them. I really love adding a giant tab as well. Do I add the tab? Yes, I do. Do I? Nope. Audition. It goes on something else later. But you can tell that I just love playing with the layers and just creating things. Do I add the tab? Nope, I move on, but the tag does get added, the tab. And this is a giant luggage tag, and I'm playing with the shades of blue on this one because I had a lot of blue bits just sitting on my table, and I wanted to give them a go and see what I could create.
I'm chasing shadows around the place. It shouldn't take long now in any case, as long as there is light. Pretending I could stay the night, one breath away. Step up and say, hold on to what is real. The love we feel is like water in
As every ocean come as rain, I know my circles, I know my name. Another sequel is on the way. Oh, oh, my love, reform and rise to be so free. In time we seize infinity. Growing love, growing love. Hello my borders, hello again. You're out of order, I'm out of pain. We're closing circles, we got no end. Another sequel about to land. Oh, oh, my love, reform and rise to be so free. In time we seize infinity. Growing love, growing love. Hello my heartbeats, hello again. Between the worries we head for land. I will be fighting to hold the line. We're never hiding, we never lie. And I'll be coming home, and you'll be going strong. And I know there is a reason. Now we're ready to be whole. Yeah, ready to be whole.
So this tip-in was created specifically for the monochromatic page, the spread that's in my journal. I wanted to keep that page monochromatic, so I decided to create the tip-in with those sorts of feels so that the whole page could be black and white basically. I am using Moonglow here, but that to me kind of sits in the monochromatic family, and I couldn't be bothered going looking for my lamp black or my grey. So I really like how this tip-in looks in that spread, and I'm glad that I finally got something extra onto that spread.
And I'll be coming home.
These are an illustrated faith stamp set that I picked up from Craft Online, and I also bought the numbers as well. I love how they looked, and I put them on the Diane Reevely acrylic block in the end because I didn't have a block big enough to fit the word today, and I was filming the stamping of this, but I thought I was anyway, and so you don't actually see me stamp it, but that's what it looks like, and I absolutely love it. And grabbing that bit of scrapbook paper to add my picture of hubby and I like how the colors of the photograph actually match the scrapbook paper really nicely.
'Cause I'm almost there. Now I see you through the window and I'm walking on air. But I won't let you know. And I know how it goes. It's supposed to feel incredible. It's too bad you had to leave. Please come back now, baby, where were we? Said you changed and a lot. Got the memory still popping up. Show me your heart.
So now I'm moving all my crap to the side basically and getting all my tip-ins into the journal itself, into my journal. I wanted to make sure that I started adding them into the pages so they didn't just sit randomly in the back cover of my journal, which happens quite a bit. So there's that monochromatic spread, and just putting the bear, and then I was trying to decide if I wanted the bear, but just sort of auditioning, like I said, auditioning the tip-ins into areas and what sort of fit and what didn't fit. Now normally, like I said, I would have my journal open and I would play, but I didn't have enough room for all of that. So I do really like how the luggage tag came out though, and I'm actually really like where I ended up putting that luggage tag.
Know that you are mine, I'm floating on air, and I wanna...
Now, I never expected to put a tip-in right on those big double page photographs, but I really like the flowers peeking out from behind it. So, and I really liked how the colors work really well together. So actually that's probably one of the favorite pairings that I had. And this is one of my favorite things to do at the moment, is to use my Blackwing pencil to create sketchy lines and then add my journaling on top. So I really enjoy how that looks, and I can never do anything straight, so I kind of embrace the wonky line basically.
When I just can't seem to get enough, it's because I love you most of all. We have changed, but not that much.
So I am coming to the end of my video. I'm just placing the last bits and pieces into my journal. So I hope this gives you guys some ideas, and I'd love to see your take on this sort of using your photographs in a tip-in sort of way. I'd love to see how you do that take on it, and to see how creative you can get with your bits and bobs of ephemera. I just love how this journal is taking tip-ins. It is taking it like a champion, and it makes it so much fun to add them in all places. And I'm just really enjoying all the layers and all the interactivity and things peeking out from behind things, especially when it comes to my creatures and stuff like that. Really enjoying this journal.
You most of all. If I ask you, don't hold back on me. Only better if you set it free. In a new light, we can see everything clear. Are we really happy here? There's a shadow rising on the wall. Through a bottle, I can stand up tall. Color
is where I love and leave you, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more tip-in transformations, and I will definitely do that because I have a heck of a lot more photos and a stack of ephemera still sitting on my desk. So from me to you, take care, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Ask you. You say